What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? I've come to the realization that the letters VCS actually spells the word doom in some language, maybe in French. I don't know, but I do have a question for you. Let's say your best bud. You've known this guy your whole fucking life. You know, he's got a nice family, and he works for this restaurant. He works for some fucking El Capadres or an Italian joint somewhere. And he comes up to you and says, I've worked my ass off helping this guy build his business, and I haven't been paid once. He's got family and kids to feed. Would you support that restaurant? No, of course you wouldn't. You'd be a scumbag if you did. With that, I bring this document to your fucking attention. Now, when the Atari VCS thing came to light, it was fun. It was exciting. Atari might be making something new. No one really had true high expectations for it, but their delusions of grandeur kept popping out. People got excited. And it was fun to have conversations whether we agreed or not. Whether we agreed or not, that didn't matter, okay? It was the dialogue and it just going back and forth. And sometimes a few pokes would happen here and there, but for the most part, it's been pretty fun. But there are a handful of you fucks out there, you pieces of shit, that just come on to be angry because you want this thing so badly. I'm not even going to try to get into the psychology of it. You just come right off with your fucking anger and your puke. This video is a big fuck you to you and everything you've ever loved. Those people. This video is a fuck you. And if you're still willing to follow Atari after reading this document, link will be down below. I have highlighted a few things that I want to talk about. But aside from that, you'll have to read the whole thing to yourself. But if you're still willing to not be angry at Atari, if you're still willing to follow them and champion them, then you're a dirtbag. And I hate to say that. I hate to be that guy. Because I like to keep things a little looser than that. A little, hey, maybe you're on the wrong path kind of situation, It is what it is, Sometimes it just is what it is. So let's look at this fucking document, all right? I'll put it up on the screen for you. Exhibit 1. So this document was drawn up December 13th of 2017. Now, why is a document this old so relevant? Because it foretells everything that has happened between then and now. This guy continued to warn Fred, our good old buddy Fred of the CEOs of the Ataris, of the problems that will persist if he continues as he is going, and it has happened. It has happened. The writing has always been on the wall. Some of you fucks just don't know how to read. I don't know. So I'll leave this up here. You can read what you want. I'm going to read the second half of the first paragraph to start this thing off with, because this is where I'm going with this to start. I've worked on this full time now for almost 9 months, effectively for free, with massive opportunity costs. I don't know if that was written correctly, but with major shifts in my personal deal structures. In other words, they kept, hey, when am I going to get paid? Well, let's do this. Let's pray I don't alter the deal any further. Skirting around having to pay this fucking guy. And with other personal impacts far greater than I think you realize from a personal financial standpoint, from a family standpoint, and from a health standpoint. All right, so we're going back to that restaurant your buddy works at. And they haven't paid him. You're not going to frequent that restaurant. Why would you frequent this then? Because it's fucking Atari and it's your fucking hopes and dreams? Fuck that. You're dumb. You're dumb if you do. Oh, I built an entire strategy from zero. From zero. Putting together a global team of experts to drive what is a highly complex project and effectively no investment, meaning he has not been paid for all of his hard work. I am still unsure that the value, effort, or the risks are truly understood. In other words, he doesn't think that this Fred fuck really thinks this information, this guy's work is valuable enough to pay him. Doesn't understand what the risks are involved in trying to produce something like this. He had an idea. I bought the name Atari. I want to do something with it. And if you saw one of my last videos, they instantly popped off with hardware and then just quietly disappeared with it because then they realized they couldn't do it. Well, here, this guy is trying to tell him, look, you have no idea what goes into making something like this. You just think you hire a few people, don't pay them, and something will show up. It doesn't work that way, buddy. So now I'm going to jump down to the third paragraph, and this is what's really great. He starts talking about one day before launch and you're still not ready and you still want to go for it. Really? Really? Customers continue, now I'm at the bottom of the third paragraph, okay? Customers continue to be extremely demanding on content. And as you know, we have limited titles to show and are still working on how we might present it. From day one, they had no end game. I have a fucking asterisk with this one. And to this day, this is December of 2017, and today, I believe that holds true. They have nothing to show aside from crap that you can get right now without having to buy the Atari VCS, the Atari box, okay? And so what, right? It's not the point. The point is in the 3 years that this thing's been going on for, they've given you nothing but a few pictures, hopes and dreams, and lots of fucking delays. We're going to talk about that here. And we're going to talk about that here. I highlighted matter what. Maybe I should have highlighted the whole thing. Now we're down to the next one. My assumption is that despite these issues, there will still be a desire to push ahead to launch no matter what. And guess what? That's what's happened. That's exactly what's happened. So we're here on the end of the first page going into the second page where it says, I understand. I understand you believe we will never be able to satisfy people's desires for content and information, and that we can address what we are missing by showing limited. You hear what I'm saying here? We don't have anything to fulfill these people's desire, so we're going to show them limited stuff. Information on controllers and content. Very limited information on controllers and content. Back in 2017. And what have they been doing? Explaining we are working on things. The problem with telling people we are working on it is that it requires customer trust. And unfortunately, based on the feedback I am seeing, I don't think we are trusted enough to get away with this approach. He's saying, don't fucking lie. We don't have the trust yet. We don't have the trust yet. I guess we had enough trust to get $3 million and enough trust to keep you people focused in on whatever. That's all I wanted to highlight from this thing. It goes on to talk about all the different things he talked about in his fears and concerns with this thing. I'll put a link again to this document down below. I just wanted to highlight that this guy's been busting his ass and he didn't get paid for it. Scumbag move. And he's been telling them from day one, look, it can't go the way you want it to go. And you don't have anything to show. And if you keep telling people that we're working on it, which is exactly what we keep getting in these fucking media updates. We're working on it. If you can't see the writing on the wall at this point, you deserve to get ripped off. Guys, go ahead and leave your feedback down below. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the Creep is positive. Thank you always so much for watching. I am calling it done for this one. Fuck you. Take care. And bye-bye. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to creep it real.